Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuzul Asyira Binti Hashimi from Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation. Today, I would like to present about my final year project with title Perceptions of FSI UITM Perlis students on open and distance learning during COVID-19. So now, I will proceed with first slide, which is introduction. The World Health Organization (WHO) designated coronavirus a worldwide pandemic in March 2020 due to its rapid global spread. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, all face-to-face sessions were held using social distancing techniques. Without a doubt, open and distance learning (ODL) is a positive effort for continuing teaching and educational activities throughout this epidemic. University Technology Mara (UITM) has taken an approach of open and distance learning system as a way to ensure the continuity of its education during the COVID-19 pandemic. Students at UITM must learn, study and complete the lecture session without physically being present in the classroom. So as a result, the purpose of this study was to explain the FSI UITM Perlis students' perceptions and difficulties with online classes. So next slide, I go with the definition of open and distance learning and COVID. What is mean of ODL? ODL or open and distance learning can be delivered in a variety of methods, including self-paced, independent study units, asynchronous interactive session in which participants communicate at different times, and synchronous interactive setting in which learners interact in real time. So, what is meant by COVID? COVID or coronavirus disease 2019 caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 has posed a significant threat to global health. In December 2019, an outbreak of severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 infection occurred in Wuhan, Hubei province, China and spread across China and beyond. The next topic is about research objective and research question. First, I will go with research objective. There are three. First, to identify the FSI UITM Perlis students' perceptions on open and distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. So, number two, to determine the perceptions between gender of FSI UITM Perlis students on open and distance learning during COVID-19. Three, to identify the relationship between perception of FSI UITM Perlis and open and distance learning. So for research question, I also have three. First, what are the FSI UITM Perlis students' perceptions on open and distance learning during COVID-19? Second, what are the differences between gender of FSI UITM Perlis and open and distance learning during COVID-19? So the last, what are the relationships between perception of FSI UITM Perlis and open and distance learning? Next, I proceed with literature review. There are 6 journals have been listed here. So number 1, Perceptions of Public University Students Towards Online Classes During COVID-19 Pandemic in Bangladesh by Sakar SS, Despi, Rahman MA and Zober MS in 2021. Number 2, Online Learning During the COVID-19 Pandemic by Chandra Siri and R and Wirakansan B.S. in 2021. So number 3, Impact of COVID-19 on the Mental Health of Children and Adolescents by Shah, K. Man S. Singh, R. Bangar, R. and Kulkarni R in 2020. So for number 4, Case Study Exploring Student Perceptions and Experience of a Course in Economic Evaluation by Scordis, Worrell, J. Hachparas Bib Oli, H. Batura and H. J in 2015. So for number 5, Gender Differences in Online High School Courses by Lowers, S. Lin P. and Kinghorn B. R.C. in 2016. And lastly, Online Teaching Learning in Higher Education during Lockdown Period of COVID-19 Pandemic by Mishra L. Gupta T. and Shri A. in 2020. Next slide. The topic is research methodology. It includes research design, sample of study, and research instrument. Firstly, for research design, the primary research design will be quantitative research and a questionnaire survey method. The survey design is used in this quantitative study to assess FSR UITM Perlis students' perceptions of open and distance learning during COVID-19. The questionnaire was distributed to all sport science and sport management students of University Technology Mara UITM Perlis by using Google Form. The respondents are given a link to a Google Form, which is research questionnaire, via a WhatsApp group. So second, for sample study, simple random sampling is used. The respondents for this research are the students from Faculty of Sports Science and Sports Management, University Technology Mara UITM Perlis. According to FSR Perlis record, total FSR UITM Perlis student for diploma and bachelor are 1,087 students. Therefore, it is estimated that 285 respondents as sample size to participate in this study using Clichy and Morgan in 1970. Next, I proceed with data collected and data analysis. For data collected, the questionnaire was distributed to all sports science and sports management students of University Technology Mara UITM Perlis by using Google Form. So for data analysis, it is analyzed by using IBM SPSS Statistic version 26 for Windows. Perceptions of FSI UITM Perlis students on online distance learning during COVID-19 evaluated by applying a set of descriptive statistics and independent sample t-test and Pearson correlation coefficients. Next slide is about research findings. I start with descriptive statistics of perceptions of students. The item I have more flexibility in online classes than in traditional classes has the highest mean score, which is 4.20, and for standard deviation is 0.931. So this score agree on Likert scale. On the other hand, item I will recommend my friends to participate in online classes has the lowest score, which the mean score is 2.99, and for standard deviation is 1.144. This score neutral on Likert scale. Next, descriptive statistic of open and distance learning during COVID-19. As shown in the table, I believe that my IT performance has increased during open and distance learning, has the highest mean score, which is 4.15, and standard deviation is 0.787. This score agree on Likert scale. On the other hand, I prefer open and distance learning more than face-to-face learning item, has the lowest score, with the mean score is 2.59 and standard deviation equal to 1.149. Next, I proceed with significant differences between open and distance learning and gender. It shows a significant difference between gender of FSI UITM Perlis students. T-test analysis is used to compare open and distance learning and gender. If the p-value is lower than 0.05, it means there is a significant difference. Based on the table, there is a significant difference between gender and open and distance learning, which the p-value is 0.02. So 0.02, which means p is lower than 0.05. Now, let's see the research finding for the relationship between perception of FSI UITM Perlis and open and distance learning, ODL. So it shows there is a significant relationship between students' perceptions and open and distance learning. The result of correlation is R value, which is 0.342. It shows there a positive association between perceptions of FSI UITM Perlis students and open and distance learning. So according to Cohen 1988, it shows a moderate correlation. The next slide is about discussion. First, I go with the FSI UITM Perlis students' perceptions of open and distance learning during COVID-19, which is RO1. So the research finding reveals that highest mean of the items is I have more flexibility in online classes than in traditional class. Mostly, the reason people or students choose online learning is because of the flexibility it offers. The additional flexibility in resources used, including time, space, and schedules, and ease of access to class materials online, may even help them prepare for class. On the other hand, item I will recommend my friend to participate in online class is the lowest of the item. So this is partly due to the fact that when studying alone, students were easily distracted at home and had a very limited ability to concentrate. Due to the obvious restricted teacher-student and student-student interaction, there was also a sense of loneliness in online learning. So aside from that, students also had technological difficulties. Second, I proceed with RO2, which is the differences between gender and open and distance learning. The result has been obtained from this finding there is significant differences. It was found that for gender group, there was substantial difference and female were slightly higher than male group. Female students have a positive perceptions of online classes than male students. This finding was supported by previous research, Matchporen and Young in 2011, which state that females show consistently higher levels of activity than males in their online classes, complete more assignment, seem to be better at self-regulation, and perform better. The third RO, which is the relationship between perceptions of FSI and Perlis and open and distance learning. This study finding shows that there is significant relationship between students' perceptions and open and distance learning. The R value, which is 0.342, show that a positive association between perceptions of FSI and Perlis students and open and distance learning. The result is positive because the correlation coefficient is more than 0. According to Cohen, 1988, it showed a moderate correlation. Having found that student perception of open and distance learning does affect overall performance, the question that remains is how university and lecturers can ensure that students can adapt and enjoy in their learning experiences. Some learning experiences, which is online interaction and communication, may be better suited to just some students. Problems and issues will occur in any learning environment, and although minimizing the problems from the beginning is expected and desired, it is more important for students to realize that they will be challenged and problems will occur. Last but not least is conclusions. So in a conclusion, findings have shown that the level of university students' perceptions on open and distance learning during COVID-19 still need to be improved. However, this study also shown that university and lecturers should take more effort to encourage the online learning so that they will feel enjoyed and fun. Students frequently lack the necessary technology device to properly engage in online classes. Findings also discovered that female students had more positive perceptions. Open and distance learning is the essential form of communication for ongoing education in this pandemic environment. Overall, only a few students came from online education, while the majority of them experienced difficulties. So that's all for my final year project presentation. Thank you for lending me your ears.